Welcome to Snacks Weekly on Data Science. This podcast is all about making data science and machine learning knowledge accessible and less intimidating. Today, we are going to talk about large language model application. This episode is based on a tech blog titled How Agoda Uses GPT to Optimize SQL Stored Procedures in CI/CD, written by their engineering team. Throughout this episode, we will explore this topic from both the business and data science angles. Now, let's dive in. On the business side, let's take a look at the problem to be solved. Agoda is one of the largest online travel platforms, headquartered in Bangkok, Thailand. The company is part of Booking Holdings, which is the same group that owns Booking.com and Kayak. It is also one of the biggest travel conglomerates on the planet. At Agoda's scale, there is a very specific, repetitive type of work that database developers spend a huge chunk of their time on, optimizing SQL stored procedures. A stored procedure is essentially a saved set of SQL instructions that lives inside the database. Think of it like a recipe that a database can run on demand. Here is where the business pain shows up. Every time a stored procedure is submitted, it goes through a performance testing. If it fails, a database developer has to manually step in, analyze what went wrong, and suggest fixes. The numbers can be significant. The company's database developers were spending approximately 366 person days per year on this work. 320 of those days just on performance test failures. The slowest merge requests were taking over 4 hours to get approved. That's a real cost in engineering time, developer frustration, and product velocity. The challenge is that how do you make this faster without cutting corners on quality? Now that we've understood the business problem to solve, let's shift gear and dive into the technical side to see how the team tackled this challenge. The solution is elegant in concept, using large language models like GPT to automatically analyze a failing stored procedure and suggest an optimized version, all inside the existing CI/CD pipeline. By the way, CI/CD stands for Continuous Integration and Continuous Development. Basically, the automated assembly line that checks, tests, and ships code changes. Here is how it works, step by step. The first step is the trigger. A developer submits a stored procedure as a merge request, and the CI/CD pipeline automatically runs a performance test on it. Step 2 is that the GPT enters the picture. Instead of paging the developer directly, the system feeds the procedure into GPT. The GPT receives a rich package of context, the SQL code, the structure of the relevant database tables and their indexes, and the performance report showing exactly where things went wrong. This context is critical because, like any good analyst, GPT needs the full picture to give targeted advice, not just generic suggestions. Step 3 is that the GPT provides analysis. The large language model then does 3 things. It identifies what's slow, let's say a full table scan instead of using an index, and rewrites the stored procedure with improved logic, and then recommends new or modified indexes. After the GPT's analysis, step 4 is the feedback loop. The GPT suggestions don't directly go to the codebase unchecked. The pipeline automatically reruns the performance test on GPT's optimized version and posts a side-by-side comparison directly into the merge request. The developer and reviewer can see exactly how much improvement the GPT's version offers. Then it comes to the last step, human decision. Here is a key design choice. Humans always stay in control. Developers can review GPT's recommendation and apply the optimized version with a single click. But nothing is applied automatically. This is a good example of AI augmenting human work rather than replacing it. With all the 5 steps putting in, here is how the performance looks like. The LLM solution's suggestion acceptance rate is around 25%. It's like 1 in 4 recommendations actually gets used. That might sound low, but even at this rate, the system saves enormous effort. Instead of a developer spending hours diagnosing a failure from scratch, they now have a starting point and a ready-made performance comparison. The savings add up fast, and that creates value for the company. Now that we've discussed both the business problem and the technical solution, let's wrap it up. In this episode, we explored how Agoda tackled a costly engineering bottleneck by integrating GPT into their CI/CD pipeline to automatically analyze failing SQL stored procedures and suggest optimizations. They complete with rewritten queries, index recommendations, and side-by-side performance comparison. The result is a human-in-the-loop system where AI handles the heavy lifting and engineers make the final call, leading to a significant improvements in engineering productivity. This isn't a moonshot AI project, but a tightly scoped, well-integrated use case of a large language model to solve a specific, measurable problem. And it proves that you don't need perfect accuracy to create real value. If you like the content of this episode, please subscribe to the channel. Give me a 5-star review and leave a comment. Your feedback is very appreciated, and I'll see you next week.